Hi, and welcome to Be Happy, Feel Great. I have a very, very exciting show for you today. Not one guest, but I have two. And one of our guests is 91 years old, and he was a guest a year ago. And the show got such rave reviews, I had to bring him back. And I have right now the founder and president of cHarissa. And if you don't know what cHarissa is, we're going to share and teach you a little bit more, and I'm sure that it's going to be one of your favorite products. Okay, of course, here I am. I'm getting so excited. It's Earl Fultz from cHarissa, and with him, he's bringing a special guest who just flew out here all the way from the Midwest, from Missouri. And it's Ellen Rohr. And Ellen is a business makeover expert. And she has really worked hard with Earl. And they're going to be sharing with you some of the things that have happened since the last time that Earl was on the show. So welcome, guys.
Right
Earl,
to be here.
great having you back again. I was saying to Earl, he seems younger now, okay? So maybe this cHarissa can also anti-age or reverse the aging process. You know, it's
We
another
can't
benefit.
claim that, but it's
Ellen, thank you so much for joining us, coming all the way from Missouri.
Yeah.
I'm honored. You're one of my longest, guests that I've had on
Walked
the
all
show.
the way here. It was a worthwhile journey. And you said we have someone here who's 92, and Earl points at me and he goes, "Are you 92?"
Did I say 92? I'm sorry,
91.
91.
He's 91. I said 92, but he was messing with me. He's like, "This
Okay,
guy."
there we go. The first mistake, on these live shows and everything. But
We were just
Earl,
messing.
I
with
would
me.
think Earl was 80 years old when I'm with Earl, okay? Or younger even. He's got so much energy and everything, and to start a business. And we're just so excited to find out more about it. So let's hear a little bit about cHarissa, Earl. We got everybody, they want to know, what is this product?
Well, it starts with me liking food a great deal. and my wife, Gloria Elmali, was a heck of a good cook, and her mother was a good cook. Craig Claiborne loved her. The Moroccan cuisine is a great cuisine. And I wasn't going to let Gloria get away once I tasted Moroccan food. We were married for 50 years. Unfortunately, she died about a year and a half ago. But before that, we had developed this condiment, spice, rub, et cetera, because she wanted to bring her native Moroccan tastes to America, but the kids were not ready for real Moroccan cuisine, so she adapted it for them. And the result was, amazingly, something that is good on everything. I even have a cap somewhere that says that, but which has escaped me.
And of course, we have some right here with the new label.
New
I
label.
love your new label, by the way.
You can do the Vanna White.
And here's the
Spice rub.
Vanna White.
You can do this.
Oh, look at that.
I don't want to spend a lot of time on cHarissa, but we have a new slogan, which is unlike all others. And we truly have a new product here that is so versatile that it's not like a ketchup that smothers and everything tastes like ketchup. This joins the food, and chefs are buying it all over the country. People are, we're in some big places. I don't want to name drop, but the Yankee Stadium and the New World Trade Center.
Trade Center. Drop.
Wow. No, that
Isn't that exciting?
To be at that level in a short time, okay? Again, Earl had started the company about 2 years ago, and I met Earl. He was doing little flea markets around the North Fork of Long Island.
We call it farmers markets.
Farmers markets, I'm sorry.
I'm sure there are fleas there. We're out to fleas.
The farmers markets, and it's just such a success story. He was telling me before that now they're shipping out to the West Coast, okay? So it's a national brand in a short time, and I think that Ellen had something to do with taking you from one level to the next level.
Let me tell you, the most common flaw of startups, I think you'll agree, is that they don't there's no pattern or stuff. If you got some money, you spend it. Nobody knows what's going on.
There's no plan.
No plan. No.
Yep.
No. This one is a planner.
Well, let me share our story, how we met.
Yeah, that's what I
because
wanted.
I was selected by Wells Fargo to work with them in a contest that they were presenting called the Wells Fargo Works Project. And people can enter the contest, and you can win $25,000. And you have to enter an essay or a little video, and you put it up online. And then we voted, and I was one of the folks who voted for the finalists. And then I was also selected to counsel the people who won. So that was part of the package. You got $25,000, and you got me, and I was going to help you. And so one of the contestants is this guy who's 91, and he tells the story, and I'm like thinking, that's pretty interesting. This is a great story. I wonder what he's up to. I voted for him. He was one of my favorite entries. And lo and behold, he and his partner, Jerry, win the 25 grand. So then I'm excited. I'm tagged to help them out. And I call him up. Now, I know he's 91, so I'm expecting him to say something like, I just want, exactly, I just want a little business to kind of, keep me active. And I was really kind of slowing myself down on the phone and ready to accommodate this, ancient guy. And the first thing Earl says to me is, I have a plan for $1 billion business. I want to usurp Tabasco and Sriracha from the tables of America. And I'm just like going, and ketchup. I'm like, I better step up my game. I had no idea who I was dealing with at the time. And while I have been of some service to Earl, absolutely, you and Jerry have inspired me so much with your enthusiasm. I know people who are working until they're 91, which is great, but it's not like he's in the family business as a figurehead. This guy started a business at 88 years old and is now.
That's what I said.
Isn't that amazing?
At a farmer's market,
Yeah, hawking the product.
And Jerry Woodhouse, who you mentioned a few times,
Love her.
She has been just wonderful.
Essential.
Okay.
Well, let's talk about that. So
Yeah.
Earl is an excellent delegator, which is one of the keys to being a successful business person.
If you're elderly, find someone younger.
Even if you're not, this is great advice. You can't do it all yourself. So he finds somebody younger, Jerry, who's the new 50.
The new 50, yes.
Yeah, which is 70. Yeah, we don't want to say. But so he finds a youngster of 70 to whip into shape and help him get this business
If you're
going.
going to tell her age, you got to tell your own.
I'm 55.
55.
Yeah, now I feel like the kid in the group. Till I met them, I was thinking, maybe I should start to slow down. No way.
She runs marathons.
Well,
for God's sake.
you have a lot of energy with you, and I'm sure you shared that with Jerry and Earl, and got them all pumped up and everything.
So what we thought we'd do while we're here today, we thought we'd explode some of the myths about aging, about business, and see if we could help some people live their dreams.
Quit thinking about 65 as an retirement age. It's passé. People are living to be 90. Why? They're still vital. Keep going.
Yeah.
And what about the money? Like if you retire at 65, are you going to have enough money?
Yes, because especially if you live in a CCRC, Continuing Care Retirement Community, where you're a profit center.
So is it expensive to live there?
Yes.
Yeah, and so one of the things I think that people don't think about at retirement is that they may have enough money for 5, 10, 15 years, but what if you live another 30 years?
Yes.
And I know that people are starting to live longer. So,
For a whole century.
so if a child is born today, how long would we expect them to live?
Could make it to 100 rather easily.
So you've got grandkids.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
they're 6 years old. What an optimistic thought to think that more and more of them, and that longevity of, what was it back in the turn of the century?
And also they're working
40
on,
Yeah,
years old?
I'm thinking 47, 50 years
47,
old.
50 years old?
in 1900 it was 47. Before that it was about 40 because we didn't have, Lister hadn't come up with stuff and stuff to get rid of some germs. Childhood, women died in childbirth,
Yeah,
et
yeah, a
cetera.
lot of that, yeah.
But what the statistics of it is that for every year one lives, your age, your longevity increases 3 months. but when Social Security came in, it had moved from 47 to 62. Then by Medicare, it was 65, 70, 80, I don't even know that one.
So now we're just living longer and longer.
We're just,
We're living
it's inexorable. It doesn't matter if wars comes and pestilence and whatever, it just keeps going. They don't think it'll go much beyond 100, but they don't know. And there are people busily at work that were promising that we'll live to 125 or more.
Well, we've got a lot of business plan activities for you, so you've got to live to at least 100. I'm just saying.
My mother did.
Oh,
Well, you
there
know,
you go, okay.
It's like amazing that you started this business at 88. We have so many people watching the show today, and you're their role model.
Yeah.
You know, you really are, and you don't realize how many people are going to say, wow, I have a family recipe, or I have an idea, or I have a dream that I always wanted to do, and it's never too late to start your own business. You know,
And we were talking about some other folks who started when they were older. Like one of my favorites is Colonel Sanders.
Colonel Sanders.
Colonel Sanders, who's making a resurgence
Was he
now
about
in the
65?
He has a
advertisements.
string tie. I
He's got a
have
string
bow
tie. You got a bow tie. He taught that himself too. Nice
did,
job.
yeah. Look for
Nice
him.
job.
Yeah,
But you know, Colonel Sanders started his business at age 65 with his first Social Security check. You know, so he didn't retire. He turned right back around and started selling his 11 herbs and spices door to door.
That
That's
recipe and
inspiring.
Finger looking good.
Yeah, and what an empire, whether or not you like the food, the empire is undeniable.
Yes.
And so that's exciting. And, you know, and here's Oprah reinventing herself at 60 years old. I just, you know, saw her speak the other day, and she was giving career tips, and she feels like she's just getting started.
Just getting started.
You
And
know?
there's a billionaire that could be doing anything that she wants.
Mm-hmm.
Probably has at least a half a dozen houses all over the world that, you know, she could just go to her own houses and have a continuous vacation.
Probably has one up here.
I'm sure she
I'm
does.
sure she does.
Yeah, right around the
I
corner
have a thought.
somewhere. But she doesn't. She wants to continue to work, and that's
Be
so
of
important.
service, absolutely.
Thoreau said that many men live lives of quiet desperation, a little over the top, but lots of people don't really enjoy work. You know, they're in a corporation or they do this, and they, you know, the thing about starting your own business at your own is it's fun.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's
a
a,
game.
Do you see why I love him?
I know.
Isn't this wonderful? Yes, and so instead of just waiting for the days to pass, to embrace the energy and the excitement. But you know, one thing too is if you're going to retire, it takes money. And this is one of the things that we're aligned with, is that not only to create a business, but a profitable business, one that is going to enhance your lifestyle, that's going to allow you I say this, money buys options. You have more options when you make money. So if you have a hobby and you turn it into a lucrative business, you can do a lot of good in your retirement years.
and when you're on your retirement years, you can do what you want to do, what you like to do, and so on.
Do you do anything you don't want to do anymore?
Get up. No, I don't. I'm happy to get out of bed because something is going to happen. I need to, you know, it might be a problem. Who cares?
And Earl was saying he likes to get up early.
You do?
And he
Early
starts
riser?
his day.
Farm boy, my dear, farm boy.
Okay.
Yeah, he starts very early, and, you know,
I was up
sometimes
at 4:30 this
being
morning.
that independence that you could have, and being independent and not have to go to an office or anything, is all part of having your own business. You work when you want.
And with
the way
technology
you
now,
want.
we can also, you can work from your home,
Yeah.
right?
That's
And
what
so
I do,
that's
actually.
been very liberating, and that continues to make, you know, to open doors. A lot of the companies I work with, my company is a virtual company. The people who work with me don't come into the office, they
Yeah.
work from their home.
She's
So-
terrific on a computer.
Yeah, so this is
I'll
how
grab
we
your
help
screen,
each
or
other.
you grab my screen.
Yeah, we go and get on GoToMeeting, and we work through the business planning together.
I do have
You
to.
help a lot of people with their dreams.
I
You know, that has to be
love
so
it.
rewarding.
Well, and that was my first question to Earl and to Jerry. So what do you want? That's always a great business planning question. You know, answer the journalistic questions. What do you want to do? Why do you want to do it? How much money do you want to make? When do you want to get some things done, right? You know, these are great questions for business planning. And that's when I said to Earl, what do you want to do? And he's talking about $1 billion. I'm going, oh, tell me more. What do you got over there? Send me a jar of that stuff.
They paraphrase Martin Luther King. I may not be here when it happens, but it's going to happen.
Isn't he amazing? And well
I have
read.
to say,
Yeah.
I must say in capital letters that Jerry Woodhouse helped. I couldn't have done it by myself. She knew, she'd been in the food business for 10 years doing, really great stuff for local people. And I came to her with my recipe, and she made it possible. She helped me get to the farmer's market. She knows people that I never know, and everything. I just had a hell of a lot of luck. Let me put it that way.
You had, but you reached
You know
out
how
and
to-
asked for
yeah,
help.
You know how to pick the people. It's not luck.
Well-
You reached out to her, and then you guys bonded, and the chemistry was there to make it move forward.
I have to say that cHarissa picks the people. I mean, truly, I'm saying, don't bet on me, bet on that, because it is good and it's going to take over. I believe that. I'm obsessive about it.
You are obsessive about
I
it.
am.
You should see it. He's putting a spoonful into every person's mouth when we walk around. But as you found Jerry, I think that's another business tip: is you can't do it all yourself. And sometimes, if you're infirmed or you're older, you're a little more aware that you're going to need some help. But even as young people, we try to do it all ourselves, and then you really can't make a business grow.
No.
So your delegation skills and your nice, your kind ways with Jerry, the way you guys put your plan
Well-
together, delegate tasks, work things out, is lovely.
Well, and even
What-
Earl was talking a little bit about his children getting involved, but it's harder because they're
They're
not
large.
local.
His children are old.
His children are older.
They're in their 60s, for God's sake.
They're ready to start their own business.
Yeah, or we don't want them to retire. But it's interesting, too, how Jerry and Earl have magnetized people to their company.
Yeah.
So when you go to the farmer's market, they've got kids helping hawk the product. And
We have an 11-year-old little girl that was serving food there using cHarissa.
she was a finalist in a cooking show.
Kaylee Mitchell, I think her name is.
Was representing them at the fancy food show, 11 years old. So here we have just generations, and your ability to magnetize people has been just so wonderful.
Well,
But you
Now,
embrace
you guys
that.
just said something that's really key. Okay, Fancy Food Show is probably the show in the food business
Yeah.
in New York City at the Javits Center, right? An annual show?
Yes, 3 floors, full
You had a
up.
booth there.
Yep.
CHarissa was there. How did you do?
We have somebody asked, can you make 75,000 of the little the 1 ounce?
75,000.
And Jerry said yes. I haven't.
Wow.
She's
No.
so good. Yes, of course we can. Yes,
Can you pay for it, though? We can make it.
it can be done. But there's also some other good news to share about the fancy
Yeah.
food show.
What was that?
I'm going to let that one. I'm going to let you do that one.
I'm going to help you with it.
There's so much good news, I don't know which one to do.
Well, let me just have
Oh,
you hold
this.
this while you tell us about some of the good news, okay?
I made it introduce you to Sophie.
Nice to meet you.
Sophie, that's Mike. This, 2 years ago, or not, a year and a half ago, Jerry said to me, we got to get into the specialty food show. She said, I'm positive that cHarissa could win the top prize. I said, come on, it was expensive to get in there, it's a this and this and this. Anyway, validates Jerry.
So they.
Sophie is the Oscar
Yeah.
of the food business.
And this
okay? So-
represents the best in all sauces, condiments, rubs, everything else. We came out on top of it, yes.
And that was
Yeah.
judges tasting the product,
And they did a
hanging
lot
out
of
for the
it.
weekend, different recipes that you were making there with your chef and
Yeah,
everything.
we had a chef from Yankee Stadium there doing doing bacon with cHarissa on it. It was a big hit. We had this young little girl of 11 who was doing fish cakes.
Fish cakes,
And of
so-
course, and then Jerry was there all the time and doing great work.
The thing
So-
about cHarissa is that it could go on anything, any type of food.
Absolutely.
And Earl, he was telling me he puts it on eggs. I never thought
We've got a
of that.
missionary here, Earl. Yep, we do. But this was the first time that you presented at the Fancy Food Show.
Yes.
Right? They come home with top honors. So if you need some encouragement that it's never too late, that you might as well pursue your dreams, I think this is such an excellent example of what's possible.
But don't try to hire Jerry away.
Oh yeah, hey, if anybody's thinking about that, I
Incidentally,
think she's happy right here.
just as a business point, I did sales meetings for many years for big companies, including General Foods and all this. You know, looking at it from the top down, it's easy. Looking at it from the top up, it's work. But the best companies have two people, a strategist and a
Tactician.
A tactician, thank you.
Okay.
Jerry is terrific on tactics. She, you know, and I, in my dotage, am still fairly strategic. One of them.
Absolutely true.
Yeah, I do still come up with things to how to promote, and this thing that like no other is a thing that it really defines. If you have to define a product, brand a product, this says like no other, and we have a big educational job to do, but we are like no other.
Well, and I love how
That is-
one of the things, you know, sometimes as we get older, I was watching my grandniece, and she's, you know, 18 months old. And my sister gave her an iPad, and she's doing this and going and trying 100 things. And then she handed the person to another relative, an older relative, who just touched it once and set it down. And it dawned on me that somewhere between 18 months old and as you get older, you quit trying stuff, right?
Yeah.
That we fail to practice and try and get in there again.
Technophobe.
And this is, yeah, with technology, with anything. And, you know, as you get older, you have a choice to make, to either be someone who is going to keep putting themselves out there or is going to start to collapse. And you just inspire me in terms of, you know, every day you get up and think of something interesting. Even with your show, Mike,
Yeah.
he said, okay, what we could do is we could make this a series. We could have case studies of different business owners. We could have a reality TV show. And I'm like going, how does he think this big? This sounds fantastic, you know? So this is how he thinks.
Talking to him this morning.
Isn't
he's
it
talking
exciting?
About, you know, with social media and marketing through affiliates, and they put it on their website and they get a commission for it, and I do all the shipping and I'll take care of that, but I got all these different people now selling my product all over the world, you know? and how big it's
Magnetizing
gonna
great
get.
people. I mean,
Oh,
this
yeah,
is what business can do for you. And that's why we were just so excited to not only brag on Earl, but to encourage folks to get out there and
Well,
get
you
started.
know, Ellen, while we have somebody with your expertise working with businesses, you know, maybe now's a good time for you to just, what advice do you have for somebody who's looking, whether they're young or older or any age, what kind of advice can you give them for starting their own business?
Can I get started, then will you jump in?
I shall.
Okay, all right, that sounds good. Well,
I'm
yeah. I use this little formula called rocket. Like, let's get rockin' going, rocket. So R is to rethink retirement. You know, do you really have to retire? Or if you do, what are the consequences here? Maybe retirement is for the birds. The second is to own your dreams. A lot of times as we get older, maybe our kids want to take over. Other people may have plans for you. So instead, embrace what you want to do. Now's your shot, so go for it. C stands for clarify what you want to do. A little business plan. These are my goals. This is, you know, some of the direction I want to take. Then you can share it and get other people involved. K is to operate from a known financial position. The money counts, and this is one of the things that Jerry's become really great at, right? You got to count the money. You could lose money doing this, and that won't be any fun. So to be a responsible financial manager. I stands for invest in yourself. Listen to the webinars, go to the classes, buy the books so that you get more educated when it comes to business. And the T stands for take action. Just go do it. Make some mistakes. Get messy, right? And then you can regroup and adjust your plan and go. What do you think? That was a lot of advice in a short time.
If I hold your hands, will
I
you be
stop?
able to talk?
I don't think so.
I love your formula. I love it.
You're so
great.
cute. So could you want to add to that? What thought would you have to encourage folks today?
I would say that, follow your dream is certainly it. I was lucky, and I had a great product. I have a great product, and people like it. I knew from the farmer's market that when I went from almost nothing to $500 a week selling a little thing because people tasted it, that was a plus. I mean, you just know it. It's also a negative though, because they look at it and say, "What's it for?" Or, what do you? I say, "Put it on everything." They say, They don't believe it. We have a huge educational job to do, and this I would, if anyone's listening, try it on anything. Chocolate ice cream is good on chocolate ice cream.
Chocolate ice cream too. Well, let me bring up what he said about luck, though. Oprah, I'm a big fan, of course, but Oprah said luck is when opportunity meets preparation.
Yeah.
And I would say that absolutely sums up because of all the business experience you've had, all the experience Jerry had
Yes.
in the food industry.
Yes.
And when these two came together, it was like everything that they've done. You know, you live long enough, you can't help but become an expert in some areas. And so that expertise layered on top of each other has allowed them to embrace what you call luck, but I see as great business
generally
savvy.
speaking-
Synergy, yes.
Generally speaking, you should not go into business you don't have some experience with.
You know, I think that makes good sense, or that you feel as passionate about it as you do. Like, I mean, you're so all in with this that you're willing to get up on a tough day and say, I'm going back in there.
Yeah, no, it's and it's fun. It really is fun. Age limit frees one from fear. You can't make me afraid of the future.
Nothing scares
Earl,
you?
can you put this on for a minute? I think we
There's
have
your
something to
hat.
talk about there.
Good on
Okay, it's the
everything.
rest of you know, that's the way I'm used to seeing Earl, by the way,
With cap on?
with the cap on, good on everything. What does
You
that
are
mean?
good on everything.
Tell us about good on everything, Earl.
It's just that this is a cumin-based product, and cumin blends with food. It doesn't smother like ketchup or sriracha or these others do. I mean, it's just. I'm sorry my wife is not here by many times, but particularly, we knew we were onto something, but she saw it get into Yankee Stadium and some other places, and she said to me, "You talk for me."
Oh.
Oh. Okay, well,
I'll
you know
talk.
what?
You know I can talk. Oh, you just be you
What
for a
Earl,
minute.
what Earl really wants to say is try cHarissa. It's good on everything, whether you're cooking breakfast, making your sandwiches for lunch, or you're having dinner, or any snacks in between. And we'd like to thank you guys for being on the show today. It's been such a great show, a great product, and a great service, Ellen, that you offer. And it's never too late to start your own business, okay?
This has been very important.
She has been great, and we are
And
just
I know that
thrilled.
Gloria is so proud of you and what you've accomplished.
And I wish Jerry were here so she could get her involved.
Well, we're going to have to get Jerry on the next one.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do that.